everybody. It's Karen Drucker coming to you from San Francisco, California, and I'm so happy to be part of the season for Nonviolence to contribute a song. And this is a song I wrote with Gary Lynn Floyd, one of my favorite singer-songwriters to work with. And we wanted to address what it's like to agree to disagree with people, but also to take a stand for what we believe. So I'm going to sing the song to you. I hope you will join me on the chorus. I'll teach it to you. I stand for love. These times are troubling me so much I can hardly see through the walls keeping us apart. You got your views and I got mine. Come together in this moment in time. Hope you can hear me with your heart. And I'm not trying to push you away, but I got something I've got to say. I stand for love. I stand for peace. I stand for humanity and the good of all. I stand for hope. I stand for faith. I stand for freedom and the good of all. Here's your part. I stand. I stand. I stand. Would you stand with me? I stand. I stand. I stand. Could you stand with me now? When we don't understand, we turn away instead of learning that there could be another way. Can we agree to disagree? We may never see things eye to eye, but let's hold on to the love between you and I. It's the only way we'll survive. And I'm not trying to push you away, but I got something I've got to say. Here we go. I stand for love, peace. I stand for peace, humanity. I stand for humanity and the good of all. I stand for hope, faith. I stand for faith. I stand for freedom and the good of all. Here's your part. I stand. I stand. I stand. Would you stand with me? I stand. I stand. I stand. Could you stand with me now? I stand. Woo. I stand. Let me hear you. I stand. Could you stand with me? I stand. I stand. I stand. Would you stand with me? I stand. I stand for love. I stand for peace. I stand for equality. Would you stand with me? I stand for truth. I stand for kindness. I stand for freedom. Would you stand with me? I stand for hope. I stand for justice. I stand for faith. Yeah, would you stand with me? I stand for light. I stand for love. I stand. Would you stand with me? Would you stand with me? Would you stand with me?
War doesn't just happen. It's a road traveled in small steps. Peace also happens in small steps. Worldwide, groups have banded together in the season for nonviolence to teach people how to apply the philosophies of Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. What road will you take? It's your world.
Say and be what you want to see.
We are all interdependent and interconnected. And when we appreciate that, then we can create the true peace that exists in our heart.
Working as a co-founder with Arun Gandhi of the M.K. Gandhi Institute for Nonviolence, the Association for Global New Thought is the official convener of the Gandhi and King, a season for nonviolence. The 64-day period between January 30th and April 4th in 1998 commemorated the 50th and 30th memorial anniversaries of these legendary peacemakers. Launched and closed at the United Nations, the season empowered the formation of task forces to implement over 300 programs and projects in nonviolence in 115 cities since inception.
Peace or nonviolence is a dynamic, active quality that translates itself into a way of life.
Tranquility of the heart, where hearts meet together.
We must practice and we must teach. Seasons of Nonviolence allows you to do that day by day by day.
This message, I think, is far more important today than it has ever been before.
On behalf of the youth, I think we genuinely need guardians because the community of elders have so much experience and so much wisdom, and we have the energy. So the combination, I think, would bring out miracles.
The belief that minds and morals are more powerful than missiles and money is a revolutionary proposition.
And good afternoon, dear ones. I'm Reverend Robert Brzezinski, Spiritual Director and Creative Director of the News About Media Network, and I'm so grateful you're with us here this afternoon for our closing ceremonies of the 2022 season for nonviolence. It has been 63 days, as tomorrow is the official closing of the season. It's been 63 days since we were together in this capacity as we launched the season. It seems like it was not that long ago, and there has been so much change in our lives and in our world, and we're going to explore a little of that today. We're going to reaffirm the intentions that we've been setting and that we've been demonstrating over these past 64 days to be beacons and expressions of peace here on the planet. I'd like to give you just a quick brief overview of what you'll experience here today. I'm going to open us with an opening prayer here in just a moment. We're going to follow that by a couple of great pieces of music, and we've got speaking today for us Reverend Dr. David Goldberg, Shariff Abdullah, Jan Guerra is in the house, and Reverend Dr. Temple Hayes is with us as well. So we've got a great collection of music and meaning and message, and we're going to do all that in the next hour or so. And so with that, if you're with me and you're in a safe and comfortable place to do so, I invite you to close your eyes as we take a brief moment to recognize the one. That one power, presence, and intelligence that is moving as all of life. It is moving as everyone, everywhere, every time, everything, all of it. It's all part of this oneness. Known by many, many names, known by many, many images, and still, that is the one. All of all. Nothing missing, nothing absent, one self-existent cause that is forever taking on form and abandoning that form in order to take on new form. One source, one supply. And I know that oneness is revealing itself as the lives of each and every one that is with us today, watching this live as it happens, or at another time, in another dimension, in another time zone or time frame. I recognize the truth of the oneness revealing itself through each and every one of our presenters, each and every one of the words that is spoken, casting a vision of peace upon this planet. And so I know there's an opportunity and opening here for each one that experiences this program to open up into an even greater expression of wholeness, of oneness, of love and light, and to reveal the peace that we are here to express. For peace is the very nature of being. Peace is the very nature of life. And so we allow ourselves to raise up a vibration of peace here on this planet, this time, today, knowing that as we raise up that vibration within, we are better able to take that vibration and demonstrate it into our lives, into the world. There is a great sense of peace upon us. We cultivate that, we bring that forward. And so I am personally just grateful for what's about to happen, for the experiences that each one is about to have. And what I know is I know that this is all part of the divine plan. This is the revelation itself. This very moment is the revelation itself as we step more fully into a world that works for all. I am grateful for this reminder, and so I release this word into the law that must demonstrate that, in fact, is already operating upon it, and invite anyone, anywhere that may feel this vibration, may hear these words, that finds a word of alignment to join us in an affirmation of the truth here as we say together, and so it is. And so it is. Thank you, folks, for being with us. Remember, there is still time to hit that like button and still time to hit that share button and let your friends know what we're up to, because we've got a whole great program in front of us. We're going to kick it off with a standard here at the Association for Global New Thought. This song was written specifically for the Season for Nonviolence and for the Association for Global New Thought. It's Harold Payne and Faith Rivera. Let's get our piece on. Let's bring it up here.
Happened. Love has taken hold that it won't let go of us now.
Something here is calling us forward, upward motion that drops in one ocean. Roll on.
Will you rise up with me today? Lift up your voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for.
Live the dream of your highest calling, be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share this with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's the moment for our greatness. Let's stand together now, right now. Hey, hey.
Every day's a chance you can do something amazing to feel your passion blazing and shine. Yes.
Paint with every vision, dance in new directions, explode to new heights in your mind.
I will rise up with you today.
Lift up my voice.
Lift up my voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for.
Live the dream of your highest calling, be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share this with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's a moment for our greatness. Let's stand together now, right now. Ooh. One dream, one voice, one heart, one world. One dream, one voice, one heart, one world. One dream, one voice, one heart, one world. Live a dream of your highest calling, be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gifts with a world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's a moment for our greatness. Let's stand together now. With the dream of your highest calling, be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gifts with a world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's a moment for our greatness. Let's stand together now. Let's stand together now.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Let's stand together now. Faith Rivera, Harold Payne. Can you feel the theme that's emerging here, folks? Yes, yes, yes. We're standing together in peace. I'm going to slide out of the way and introduce our next piece of music and our first speaker for the afternoon. We're going to go back and visit with our dear friend Karen Drucker. She started off with I Stand for Love, and she's going to keep us rolling with I Could See Peace. And then Reverend Dr. David Goldberg from Unity on the Avenue in Denver, Colorado will be sharing with us as well. Please enjoy, hit the share button. We're going to let these folks do what they do, and I'll be back in a little bit. Until then, let's see what's up next.
One of my favorite lines from A Course in Miracles. I could see peace instead of this. So I had to affirm it and write this song. I could see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of this. And I could see peace instead of this. Can you sing with me now? I could see peace instead of this. Let me hear you sing it now. I could see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of this. When I feel lost and I don't know where to go, it's always up to me, 'cause what I'm focusing on is gonna grow. I could choose love, or I could choose fear. But if I want to be happy, you know the answer is so clear that I could see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of this. Yeah, yeah. I could see peace instead of this. And I could see peace instead of this. When I'm troubled, feeling so alone, yeah, love is always with me, and grace will bring me home. I know love is the healer. Love is all I see each and every day. Love is who I want to be. So I could see love instead of this. I could see love instead of this. I could see love instead of this. And I could see love instead of this. Oh, sing me now. I could see peace. I could see peace instead see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of this. I could see love instead of this. I could see peace. Oh, no, instead of this. I could choose love. I could choose peace. I could see peace and love and joy and health and healing for everyone. I could see love. Oh, I could see peace. I'm declaring now love and joy and peace and love and joy and so much peace. Yeah, love, joy, peace. I know it, I claim it, I see it, I want it, I have it now. Peace. Peace. Let's all claim peace.
Hi friends, Dr. David Goldberg here. What a joy it is to be with you on the New Thought Media Network. Thank you, Reverend Robert, for all the good work you continue to do and the positive energy you bring to the world. So as a representative of the Association for Global New Thought, as well as my own community, Unity on the Avenue here in Denver, I just wanted to spend some time with you speaking about the importance of peace. How interesting, right? How almost trite for a minister to speak about peace. And as we come to the end of this annual season for nonviolence, it appears to be even more relevant and more necessary than ever before. So what I would invite you to consider, my friends, is that as metaphysicians, we believe beyond the physical. We believe at the meta or the mental level. We also believe that everything is created twice, once internally and once externally. So I would suspect, like many of you, over the past month, specifically with the war in the Ukraine, I have felt helpless at times. And that is when I choose to go within. We all live in choice all the time, right? So I can get on a plane, I can fly to the Ukraine, I can write a check, I can participate in a peace protest, I can participate in care packages, I can take care of pets. There are many things that we can all do. And my first response is to go to prayer. So in those moments, what I choose to do is calm myself, because what I know to be true is I can't wait for external circumstances to be perfect before I get to that place of peace or groundedness or well-being or connection, whatever verbiage you use, whatever words you use. I can't wait for that to happen outside of me before that happens inside of me. So when I go to that place of meditation, when I go to that place of inner peace, that is what I get to see, and that is what I get to know. I get to know that peace within. And I suspect, like many of you, early on my spiritual path, I was really clear that I wasn't a meditator. I can't do that. I can't sit still. I do other things. And on certain times and certain occasions, that continues to be true for me. And yet, I have grown to love my meditation time, because that's when I get to check in with my interpretation of the divine. That's when I get to be that peace that I want to see in the outer world within. So it is in those moments of meditation, it is in those moments of calm that I get to acknowledge, certainly, I get to acknowledge my thoughts and gently release them and let them continue on. And I get to be in that place of groundedness, in that place of centeredness, and that place of peace. So once I feel that, once I know that to be my truth, then I am able to engage in the larger issues of the world. Whether perhaps it's a conflict at church. I know that's never happened to any of you in any of your spiritual communities. I'm just using it as an example. So perhaps it's a conflict in our spiritual community. Perhaps it's a conflict with my primary family members or caregivers or my spouse. Maybe it's a conflict with a beloved four-legged who did something that animals just do, but that I'm not really fond of. You see, I get to choose to be in that place of groundedness, of centeredness, and in peace. And once I'm there, then I can engage in those larger issues that I just listed, up to and including the war in the Ukraine, any other conflict situations, because that is what we do with prayer. That is what we do with meditation. We raise our vibrational level so we can raise the vibration on the planet. So if you're ever in that space of not being able, of not knowing what to do, or feeling like, whatever you're contributing isn't worth anything, I invite you to release that. I invite you to gently consider that you plus God is a majority. So whatever you can bring to the peace movement, whether under your own roof or on a worldwide level, it is good, it is very good, and it is important. So I bless the work of Gandhi. I bless the work of King. I bless the work of Mother Teresa. I bless the work of Reverend Robert and all who are bringing peace and positive energy to the planet, because that is ours to do. And we are the ones that we have been waiting for. And I have shared before that the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is simply non-engagement or not doing anything. So choose to be engaged, my friends. That is our work, being on this spiritual path together. That is our work by way of being metaphysicians. And that is what we choose to raise the vibration on the planet. So with all of my brothers and sisters in the Association for Global New Thought, I love you, I honor you, I bless you as one of the peacekeepers. Thank you for the work that you continue to do as a part of the season for nonviolence. And let us all hold the intention that one day we will no longer need a season for nonviolence as our planet is living and is at peace. Bless you. Namaste.
Wow. That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Dr. David. And thanks to all of the rest of you who are tuning in. Jan Garrett here. I'm coming to you guys today from the mountains of Colorado. And thanks again to Reverend Robert and everyone who's putting this beautiful event together. So grateful that we get to spend this time together and contributing who we are to this beautiful movement of peace, both in our inside, in our meditation, in our mindfulness practices, and also, I will say, every tool that we can get a hold of. I want to announce to you guys that JD and I have been doing an online Zoom workshop called Heart of the Vision Quest, Messages Hidden in Plain Sight. We're going to do another one starting May 10th to June 7th. I'd love to invite you guys to participate in that with us if you're interested. Garrett-Martin.com. We're coming back into the world after COVID, so if you want us to come to you and your community, let us know that too. And now, quick little introduction into this next song, which is called I Believe This Belongs to You. JD and I wrote this song a few years ago with our dear friend, Esther Nicholson. And as we were in that creative place of asking what wanted to come through in this song, Esther said, well, you know, I know this story, and I don't know if it's true. It might be an urban legend. I don't know if it's factual. She told us the story, and we wrote this song. Whether it's factual or not, I know that it's true. And it's an expression of that deepest place of connection and grace and generosity when we remember who we really are and what we came into this world to do, and we allow others the freedom to do the same. Here it is. Does that mean I'm back? I guess they're having trouble getting the video up. But you guys, let's just take a minute right now to just center down into that beautiful place of connection, knowing that what we're seeing out into the world, what we're seeing displayed, is an outpicturing of who we all really are. And we know that looking through these eyes and breathing us is that divine love intelligence that is always accessible, because it's who we really are. And so, are we ready for the video, guys? I believe this belongs to you.
I once heard a powerful story about a man who stood in his truth, with such conviction in who he was, he would not be moved. Someone stepped out of a crowd and said, "Are you Martin Luther King?" He said, "Yes, I am," and the well-dressed man spit on him. Then King took out his handkerchief and wiped the hate from his suit. He gave it back to the man and said, "I believe this belongs to you. I will lift you up and do what I can do. I see your heart and I know your pain. I have been there too. I will hold you high while you do what you have to do. I am clear who's standing here. I believe this belongs to you." I once had a powerful story I used to carry around. I thought it was you all this time. I held my spirit down. But now I know the truth of who I came here to be.
You are my angel in disguise, not my enemy. So I thank you for the part you've played in this dance we've had to do. I give you back your own true love. I believe it belongs to you. I will lift you up and do what I can do. I know your heart and I can feel your pain. I have been there too. I will hold you high while you do what you have to do. I give you back your freedom now. I believe it belongs to you. Sing with us. I will lift you up and do what I can do. I know your heart and I see your pain. I have been there too. I will hold you high while you do what you have to do. I am clear as you're standing here. I believe this belongs to you. I give you back your own true love. I believe it belongs to you.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for being with us today, dear one, and thank you. I can not imagine what it's like to watch yourself on video when the video wants to skip and isn't in time. And bless you. So grateful you're with us. Thank you. All right, folks, we're going to continue on here this afternoon and playing the big trust game that video quality is picking up for us. And I'm going to know that's happening. So here's what's next, and I'm incredibly excited. Our dear producer Diego is bringing up a video for us next that I think is perhaps one of the most important messages I've heard in a long time. In our opening ceremonies, we heard from Shariff Abdullah. He's the executive director of commonway.org and the author of this incredible book, Creating a World That Works for All. And it has become much like a Bible around here. We're very excited. He was not able to be with us live today, but is able to be with us on video and is bringing forward a great message for us. I invite you to kick back and listen to, whoop, that's the wrong one. Sorry, let me go here. See, we're having all kinds of fun with this today here, folks. When we get done with Shariff's, we'll have a little bit more music for you, but please, here it is. Let's bring up Shariff Abdullah right now.
Hello, Shariff here. And today, here at the end of the season for Nonviolence, I want to first congratulate us for being observant of the amazing work that our lineage has given us over time. When I talk about our lineage, my lineage, I'm talking about Mahatma Gandhi. I'm talking about Martin Luther King. I'm talking about Václav Havel. I'm talking about Nelson Mandela. And each of them took on the principal challenge of their time. And each of them, through their spirit and faith, each of them through the dramatic work of thousands, of tens of thousands, of millions of people, each of them took on the challenge of their time and won. But something that Nelson Mandela said upon his inauguration as president of the country that kept him imprisoned, something that he said really has stuck with me. He said, "This is just part one." He said, "You, all the people who are cheering him in the audience," he says, "you have to take on part two." And from the condition of South Africa right now, nobody took on part two. From the condition in Eastern Europe right now, nobody took on Havel's part two. From the condition of India right now, no one took on Gandhi's part two. And we can see right now in the United States of America, no one took on Martin Luther King's part two. What do we mean by part two? Part two is looking at the more insidious and the more subtle aspects, the deeper aspects of each of the challenges that they had to take on. Part two is rolling your sleeves back up and getting back out and doing the work that will finally rid us of the problems that we have. In my work with Commonwealth Institute, we look at 4 different shadows, 4 different ways that that continuing problem of American apartheid has stuck with us, has been with us, has been in our bodies for all of the years that we've been suffering through slavery. We've been suffering through the American version of the apartheid system. Recognizing that nowadays it has little to nothing to do with race. I think our over focus on racism and anti-racism keeps us from seeing the real problems. So as I said, I look at this, at our part two and the world's part two. It's having 4 aspects. One of those aspects is for us to move beyond violence and to move toward a society of peace and security. Now, right now, you look at the amount of money that the United States spends promoting violence, selling violence around the world, multi-billion-dollar industry. And look at how much money we as a society spend on peace and security. Well, that number is pretty easy because we don't spend any money on that. We don't do anything with regard to that. And that's our part two. We have to do something about it. So our challenge is to move from beyond violence to a society of shedding the light of peace and security. Second aspect of this part two is moving beyond the other. And we know that othering and being othered is endemic in our society. All we have to do is look out the window, and we can see that going on. It doesn't matter whether it's race, it doesn't matter whether it's sex, it doesn't matter whether it's sexual orientation, it doesn't matter whether it's classism or generationism or whatever. We're all engaged in it, and we're all engaging in it, and we have to let that go. We have to let that go for the light of inclusive community, that we can be in a community, that we can live together in community, and that the barriers that we have, the barriers to living in community, can fall away. That's our part two. Third part of part two is moving beyond lack, greed, hoarding, moving beyond the poverty of material goods and the poverty of a shrunken heart. All these things are related. What we call poverty, material poverty, is one aspect of the coin. Having too little to spend is one aspect of the coin. Having more money than you could ever spend in 10 lifetimes is the other aspect of the same coin. That person is also experiencing poverty, just in a slightly different way. We can move beyond all of that. We can move beyond all of it into the light of what I call abundant enoughness. That in my heart, I know how much is enough. And in my heart, when I recognize I have enough, I stop spending money and spending time trying to acquire more, thinking that more will give me peace in my heart, and it won't. And get to the point where we can live in a world where my wealth as a human being is not measured by how many dollars are in my bank account. That's our part two. And the last one of these four shadows is the moving beyond despair. And we know that despair, depression, anxiety are at epidemic levels in this society. Unfortunately, those that make money have realized it's at an epidemic level, and we can make money on this. Multi-billion-dollar industry trying to sell you pills to get you through another day so you can go to work and make the money to buy more pills. I actually think that that's a deep measure of insanity. That despair, the despair that lies at our hearts, is there because we don't know how to feed our hearts. In my book, Creating a World That Works for All, I talk about spiritual starvation. It doesn't matter how much food you eat if you are spiritually starved, if you don't know how to eat. We can let that go. We can let the depression go. We can let the despair go. We can let the suicides go. Once we learn how to embrace the light of deep fulfillment. Now, when we do that, when we embrace the light of peace and security, when we embrace the light of inclusive community, once we embrace the light of abundant enoughness, once we embrace the light of deep fulfillment, you know it'll happen. We'll be living in a fundamentally different society, so different, we will look out and say, how did things change this way? But we'll know how they changed. They'll change because you made the decision to take on step two. While it's important for us to honor the transformative heroes, our transformative leaders of our past, it's a lot more important for us to roll up our sleeves and do the heavy lifting, do the work of our transformative present, for us to become those agents of transformation, not talking about it, but recognizing the depth of the problem, how deep the problem goes, and how deep our solutions have to go. Our solutions have to go right to the heart. And that means my heart, your heart, and the hearts of all of us that keep these ridiculous systems and structures in place, that keep pumping money at problems without actually solving them. We can do this. We can do it because it's something that does lie in our hearts. I commend us on the work that we're about to do. I look forward to the next season for Nonviolence, where we see more and more people getting more and more active on the issues that are confronting us. Thank you.
You wake up every morning just to face another day. It seems no matter how hard you try to fight it, nothing goes your way. You look into the mirror and see the stranger once again. Again you find yourself a little lower than you were when you began. But you better get up and know that you're not alone. Don't let a thing get you down. You got to be strong, and even though you get tired, you got to let it be known that the heart of a champion, baby, moves on. You wonder how it all went wrong, and the sorrow makes you cry. You start to take when you know you should be giving. Give up when you should try. You look into the mirror and see the stranger once again. Again you find yourself a little lower than you were when you began. But you better get up and know that you're not alone. Don't let a thing get you down. You got to be strong, and even though you get tired, you better let it be known that the heart of a champion, baby, moves on. Though it's hard and you can't find your way, know that in time the walls will fall down, lift you up to a higher place. So you better get up and know that you're not alone. Don't let a thing get you down. You got to be strong, and even though you get tired, you got to let it be known that the heart of a champion, baby, moves on. I said you better get up and know that you're not alone. Don't let a thing get you down. You got to be strong, and even though you get tired, you better let it be known that the heart of a champion, baby, moves on. I said the heart of a champion, baby, moves on. You know the heart of a champion, baby, moves on.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think
God is the sun. God is the sun. But God so much more than the earth and the stars and all of creation. God is creator, all and all, leading us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God. I stand before you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. All that I want you to do is command my hands. What must they do? Command my life. It's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. And God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God. I stand before you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. And God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God. I stand before you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Sheryl, Renee, Use Me, made famous by Ricky Byers Beckwith. And it's the Association for Global New Thought, so it wouldn't be appropriate to have a program without Dr. Roger Teal in there somewhere. You saw him in the background. Both of those songs come to us courtesy of Mile High Church, Troy Horne with Heart of a Champion. And we're not done just yet, folks. I would like to introduce you to someone that is also a board member of the Association for Global New Thought, a New Thought luminary, if I've ever known one. And we were joking before the program. Reverend Dr. Temple Hayes said that now that I've gotten her on the program, on any one program, I'm just not letting go. And that's the absolute truth. We are so grateful to have you with us here, dear ones, today. And Reverend Dr. Temple's coming to us from Santa Barbara, California. She's going to put a big old bow on this program today and share with you from her wisdom. And then we'll have one more piece of music before we wrap it all up. Reverend Dr. Temple, I'm just going to hand it off.
I'm telling you, Reverend Robert, I mean, all the luminaries on today, and Sharif, Abdullah, and Dr. David Goldberg, and all the amazing you know, musicians. I mean, a bow is really all that's needed here. I was just thinking as I was listening to the song that Ricky Bebe Byers wrote and Sheryl Renee's performance, it makes you want to run and sign up for something like, you know, very quickly, doesn't it? Like, where's the volunteer form? I want to be on it and I want to do something. But for our parting words today, you know, I would start out by simply saying a quote that guides me is united we stand and divided we are merely a distraction. And so united we stand and divided we are merely a distraction. And so one of the things that is the beauty of the Association of Global New Thought International, as well as with New Thought Media, is that there's an intention. There are millions of people in the world that are part of a community called New Thought, that understands the idea of the importance of being united. Mark Nepo would say that often how we reach for things may be different, but what makes us reach is the same. And that's why we're gathered here today. That's why we spend a lot of times in conventions and on Zoom and being fed by great teachers and orators, is that we are all asking ourselves to be more united collectively as a group, to be that joining consciousness that can make change, that can focus, as Sharif Abdullah's book is, Creating a World That Works for All. We do that with intention. We do that in being united. And at the same time, it's not something that's aloof or la-la or cliche or just a bumper sticker we put on our car. We really look at within ourselves as individuals, the individuation of spirit. How are we ever divided? Are we divided? And if so, how and why? And what do we need to clean up inside ourselves? As Dr. David said, there's always the internal work that then leads to more of an expansion with the external. So I ask you today, as I ask myself, in what way am I divided? Is there a way, a part of me that needs to get cleaned up, cleared out, so that I can hold a higher vision? It could be doubt. It could be that you've bought into the 24/7, as Sharif said, the constant images that we see of everything being filled with greed and hatred and etc. I was telling a community a couple of weeks ago that when my wife and I moved, we took an RV. Oh boy, that's a whole other talk for a different day, but we're newbies. And we took an RV across the country from the absolute east of Florida to the absolute west of Santa Barbara. And I was telling them how grateful and the humility that came from me with that experience, because I mean, it brought me to tears, in that I was experiencing America. I was experiencing America, the America that is really real, that people are kind and they are generous and they want to participate and they want to give of themselves to one another. There's a sense of community across the land of America that we're never shown, you know, because we're shown the violence and we're shown all those things. I'm not saying they're not a factor, but we become bombarded with it so much. There's a division within ourselves that we go, are we making change? Are we making a difference? As New Thought people, are we holding and participating in a world that works for all? There's something very lacking when, as a nation, we spend more time thinking about an incident that happened at the Oscars, though relevant, but we spend more time and more energy and more data and more time on social about that than we do, how can we get together? How can we get more involved in our community? How can we participate more? Where do I see that there's a missing? Where are we desensitized when it comes to the power of life rights? Where have we lost that knowing that all lives matter, all men, women, children, all sentient beings, all life matters? Where have we become desensitized? And in your own life, do you have division around that? And what part of you could shift or change? The whole thing is that more than ever before, we need to be connected with people that have the inspiration, that have zeal, that have that essence, because without zeal, we become lethargic. We become, well, we die. And I'm not talking about a physical death. I'm always fascinated that people are so fascinated about whether or not you're going to die. Well, you are. But our quest is more not dying while you're living, not dying while you're living. So it's our task in being united is to bring this zeal of enthusiasm. So I would like for each and every one of you, first of all, to share this broadcast with everyone that you know via YouTube, via Facebook. Share it with friends without any judgment of whether they relate or they don't relate. Let's give humanity in every country of the world, let's give people more credit, because people innately really know where we're at and where we need to go. So share it with everyone. Also, get involved either on social or with community. Find yourself a community and participate to remind you and support you in remembering. And finally, write on your calendar on 11/1/2022. 11/1/2022. Write on your calendar, I'm going to contact AGNT today. I'm going to contact them. I'm going to contact newthoughtmedia.org. And like Shariff said, I'm not going to jump in the beginning of the year and go, oh my gosh, there's this thing called Season of Nonviolence and I need to do it. Let's commit today to have tens and tens and tens of millions of people participating in the Season for Nonviolence in 2023. So put it on your calendar, 11/1/2022. I'm going to commit with you. I'm going to be actively involved, and let's know that launching January 30th, we have millions joining us online. You know where we are, folks, is go big or stay home. It's time. We have talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. And now it's time for us to walk with bravery and truth and be these enlightened rebels. This is the reason that we were born during this time, is to make a mighty noise unto the law. And let's do this thing, and let's do it now. It's my privilege and honor always to stand with you or before you or on stream or wherever we are. I am humbled knowing that you are out there in the world, and I feel safer in my own awareness knowing that you have got this, and you're going to take these great moments and you're going to turn it and transform it into action. Namaste. Bless you all.
So to me, the way that we get to nonviolence is through loving kindness. It starts with us. As the song says, let there be peace. Let it begin with me. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. Can you sing that with me? May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well, peaceful. May I be peaceful and at ease, happy. And may I be happy. Starts with you. Got to fill up your cup first. So think about someone in your life that you want to send that loving kindness to. Picture them in your mind's eye as you say, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. So since we're talking about all of these deep subjects, let's look at someone you might have a little issue with, someone who might trigger you a little bit. So to the extent that you can open your heart to them, picture them in your mind's eye and say, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. Very good. So now let's open it up to the world. Think about any place in the world you want to send some love to. Maybe a place where there is violence right now. And picture that land, those people's faces in your mind, and say, may we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well, peaceful. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. Sing that again. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. Now, as I said at the beginning, it comes to you. It starts with you. So let's end with, I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. And I am happy. Yes, I am happy. I am happy. Thanks for listening.
Oh, thank you to Karen Drucker, to all the musicians and all the speakers that made today possible. This has been just a heartfelt experience for myself, and I trust it has for you as well, and a great inspiration to be the change we are in the world, to be the ones we have been waiting for. Folks, I want to thank you for being with us. We're going to do something a little different here to close this out today. You know, it would seem the only video that we had real problems with was that wonderful piece of music by Jan Garrett and J.D. Martin, and it just doesn't seem right that we don't at least attempt one more time to share this with you. We've dropped a link to this video directly in the chat box, so if you want to catch it there. And this is the long version where we tell the story. We're just going to jump right ahead to the music and share this with you as well. Thank you for being with us.
I once heard a powerful story about a man who stood in his truth with such conviction in who he was, he would not be moved. Someone stepped out of a crowd and said, "Are you Martin Luther King?" He said, "Yes, I am." And the well-dressed man spit on him. Then King took out his handkerchief and wiped the hate from his suit. He gave it back to the man and said, "I believe this belongs to you. I will lift you up and do what I can do. See your heart and I know your pain. I have been there too. I will hold you high while you do what you have to do. I am clear who is standing here. I believe this belongs to you." I once had a powerful story I used to carry around. A thought it was you all this time, held my spirit down. But now I know the truth of who I came here to be. You are my angel in disguise, not my enemy. So I thank you for the part you've played in this dance we've had to do. I give you back your own true love. I believe it belongs to you. I will lift you up and do what I can do. I know your heart and I can feel your pain. I have been there too. I will hold you high while you do what you have to do. I give you back your freedom now. I believe it belongs to you. Sing with us. I will lift you up and do what I can do. I know your heart and I see your pain. I have been there too. I will hold you high while you do what you have to do. I am clear as standing here. I believe this belongs to you. I give you back your own true love. I believe it belongs to you.